Welcome to our Mock Interview Pro Series, where today we're honing in on your skills as a Boilermaker. Landing that job in such a crucial field means nailing the interview, and we're here to guide you through it. Let's dive right in with our first question about teamwork. Can you share a story about a time when you worked with a team to tackle a challenging project involving large metal structures? Interviewers ask this to understand your ability to collaborate and handle complex projects as part of a team. Here are some pointers to help you structure your answer. Pick a specific project that truly showcases your teamwork and the challenges you faced. Clearly define your role and what you contributed to the team. Talk about how the team worked together to overcome obstacles. Mention any tools or techniques that played a key role in your success. Wrap up with the outcome of the project and what you learned from the experience. Let's look at an example of how you might answer this question.
In my last job, we undertook the task of assembling a large steel framework for a bridge. I was responsible for coordinating the welders and fitters. We ran into alignment challenges, so we initiated daily meetings to discuss progress and make necessary adjustments. We used laser levels to ensure precision. The project was completed ahead of schedule, and I learned the critical role of communication in successful teamwork.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for Boilermaker. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you tell me about a situation where you spotted a safety hazard at work? What steps did you take to handle it? This question is designed to evaluate your attention to safety and your proactive approach in maintaining a safe work environment. Here's how you can effectively frame your response. Describe the specific hazard you identified with clarity. Explain how you evaluated the situation and the potential risks involved. Detail the actions you took to address the hazard. Mention any collaboration with coworkers or supervisors. Share the outcome to demonstrate the significance of your actions. Now, let's consider a sample response.
During a recent project, I noticed that the scaffolding wasn't secured properly, posing a significant falling hazard. I immediately informed my supervisor and halted the work until we could inspect and reinforce the supports to meet safety standards. This action prevented potential accidents and enhanced the site's overall safety.
Could you describe a past experience where you had to troubleshoot a major problem with a boiler system? What was the issue and how did you solve it? This question assesses your problem-solving skills and technical expertise in handling complex issues related to boiler systems. Here's a guide to help you craft your answer. Select a specific incident from your job experience. Clearly articulate the problem with the boiler system. Explain the steps you took to identify and diagnose the issue. Discuss how you implemented the solution and the results you achieved. Mention any lessons learned or improvements made as a result of the experience. Take a look at this example. Answer for guidance.
In a previous role, we faced a boiler pressure drop that led to system inefficiency. I began by inspecting the pressure gauges and valves to locate the leaks. Upon discovering a valve that wasn't sealing properly, I replaced it, restored normal pressure, and thereby improved the overall system performance.
Imagine you're on the job and notice a colleague isn't wearing the required personal protective equipment. How would you handle that situation? This question tests your commitment to safety and your responsibility towards team welfare. Consider these tips while preparing your response. Assess the situation to ensure there are no immediate safety risks. Approach your colleague calmly and express your concern about their safety. Encourage them to wear the appropriate gear for their protection. If they continue to refuse, report the issue to a supervisor or safety officer. Stress the importance of a strong safety culture and team accountability. Here's an example response to consider.
First, I would check if there are any immediate dangers. Then, I'd approach the colleague and politely address the importance of wearing PPE for their safety. If they still refused, I would report the situation to a supervisor to ensure everyone's safety.
How would you prioritize your tasks if you were working under a tight deadline for a significant boiler installation? Interviewers ask this to understand your ability to manage time and resources effectively under pressure. Here's how you can effectively approach this question. Assess the scope of the installation to identify critical tasks. Break down the project into manageable phases. Delegate tasks according to your team's strengths and expertise. Ensure regular communication with your team and stakeholders. Focus on high-impact tasks that influence the overall success of the project. Now, let's see an example of crafting your response.
Faced with a tight deadline, I would start by assessing the overall scope to pinpoint critical tasks. Next, I'd break the project down into phases, prioritizing essential tasks that impact the deadline. I would delegate based on team strengths and maintain open communication to quickly address any issues that arise.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.